What is going on, everybody? It's Sunday night, 9 p.m. It is that time again. Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 2, titled Stormborn. So we've got two episodes titled focused around Dany. And last episode, we got, what, two lines from her? And saw her for like maybe 2 minutes. So I'm wondering if this is going to be more focused on her, or if the titles don't really have anything to do with her name. It's just kind of like an umbrella of what's going to happen in the episode. Man, I feel like we're on episode 2 already. Like, slow it down. We're running out of episodes. And also, my main theme or question for this episode is who's going to be the chess piece to make that first move? Does Cersei and Euron attack somebody first? Does Dany set up her war strategy and first one to go? Does Jon start sending people towards the wall? Like, who's going to make that first chess move? Because last episode was just everybody kind of like setting up. This is our base. This is our base. This is where we're set up. This is where we're operating from. I want to see who's going to be the first one to make that move. So, let's go ahead and start this episode.
Did you, Lord Varys?
I did.
This is the first time I've seen Dany and Varys go with each other.
Robert Baratheon will face the headman's axe.
But you didn't serve him long. You turned against him.
She's talking shit
Robert
right
was an improvement on your father, to be sure.
Oh,
There
wow.
have been few rulers in history as cruel as the Mad King. Robert was neither mad nor cruel. He simply had no interest in being king.
So you took it upon yourself to find a better one.
Your Grace, when I was ready to drink myself into a small coffin, Lord Varys told me about a queen in the east.
Before I came to power, you favored my brother.
Oh, my God.
All your spies.
There's so much internal struggles going on right now. Those two, Sansa and Jon, Jaime and Cersei.
Would those qualities have made for a good king?
King Robert.
Who hired the assassins?
Why is she shitting on Varys so hard right now? Where would she think she was going to get her fleet from if
I did
Var-
what had to be done.
Varys didn't go to Dorne and
Lord Varys has
Tyrells
royal
and
servant.
everybody?
Himself loyal, quite the opposite. If he
Oh.
dislikes one monarch, he conspires to crown the next one. What kind of a servant is that?
She's got some
Kind
mad
the
queen,
realm needs. Incompetence should not be rewarded with blind loyalty.
some mad queen
As long as
vibes
I
going.
have my eyes, I'll use them.
The Red Priestess from Ashai has come to see you.
Melisandre? It is! Wow. Alright, pieces are moving, people are interacting with one another. This is great.
Let him stand before you and tell you the things that have happened to him. The things that he has seen with his own eyes.
I can't speak to prophecies or
Is
visions.
Tyrion going to vouch for Jon or vouch
I love Jon
against?
Snow, and I trusted him. And I am an excellent judge of character. If he does rule the North, he would make a valuable ally. The Lannisters executed his father and conspired to murder his brother. Jon Snow has even more reason to hate Cersei than you do.
She wants to like do it all by herself, is what I'm feeling like.
As long as Cersei sits on the Iron Throne, join us. Together we can end her tyranny.
Yeah, Davos, get your reading skills up.
Of course, the casual mention of a Dothraki horde, a legion of Unsullied and 3 dragons. A bit less charming.
What?
Fire kills whites, you told me. What breathes fire?
Dragons.
You're not suggesting Jon meet with her?
No, too dangerous. But if the army of the dead makes it past the wall, do we have enough men to fight them?
No, but 3 dragons can make up for a couple thousand men.
If better man than Randall's army.
And then, of course, it cuts right to Sam.
You should have cut off your arm the moment you were touched.
Jorah is it's everywhere. See, he said he could have cut off his arm. What?
Years before it kills you. Could be 10, could be 20.
It's everywhere.
Your mind? 6 months. Maybe fewer.
Man. I mean, it looks kind of dope, though. Sam, you read some knowledge. You know what the...
I met Stannis Baratheon's daughter at Castle.
The finest artilators and blacksmiths in King's Landing have been laboring day and night, Your Grace.
Yeah, but that's like... the chances of hitting them is slim.
Pull that lever.
That's just like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, when, I mean, you've got a black arrow and you got like one shot to hit. Damn.
If you
How
want
long-
the Iron Throne, take it.
This is going to hurt.
Gotta numb the pain. It's like, does Sam even need to be there if he cures this? Like, what I'll do? I mean, he still has so much to learn, even if he does this. But
Take off your shirt.
he needs the history, the medicine, the strategic, everything. Just curing one thing doesn't make him a maester, but it looks like a burnt marshmallow over a fire.
I wouldn't mind. Bite down hard. I'm sorry, but no one knows I'm here, and if they hear you screaming, then we both finish.
Have you ever done this before?
I feel like he's a kid opening up a book how to do surgery and just doing it.
No. No one else will try it, so I'm the best you've got. Have a seat.
Is it affecting his...
Remove the entire upper layer of infected tissue, then apply a medicinal ointment to it.
That's gonna hurt. He's gonna peel all that off? Will it free up his movement? Like, will he be able to, like, fight and move a sword? Because he looks really locked up right now. Oh my god. Oh. That's going to take...
Again, I'm sorry.
forever.
To scream.
You don't have any milk with a poppy or something? A couple shots of rum isn't going to do a damn thing. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god, he's peeling like the whole thing. I thought he was going to go like a piece, let's take a break, another piece, let's take a break. He's going straight.
King can convince her to help us.
Sansa,
You're abandoning your people.
sit your
You're
ass
abandoning
down.
your home.
I'm leaving both in good hands.
Whose?
Yours. You are my
Oh, now you want to sit
Stark
down?
in Winterfell. Until I return, the North is yours.
Okay, can you calm down now, girl? Littlefinger's like, yes, finally. Is she gonna calm down now, please? Okay, Jesus. Everyone just talking that shit. Oh, man, it's Ned. What the hell? Their ships are so much better. Like, prepared to run into things. Bigger. Wow. Theon, I would love to see you take his ass out. Oh, the Sand Snake got him by the neck. They should be better at hand-to-hand combat than him. At least they're going in. Don't die. Someone's getting that spear to the face, I could tell. Oh my god.
Come on, you cockless cowards.
Don't slit her throat. Don't do it.
I have her.
Don't do it.
Get her.
Don't do it. Oh man, he's getting flashbacks. Snap out of it. Oh my god. What are you gonna do? Just drift on for the rest of your days? Like, they just lost a huge portion of their fleet. Maybe all their fleet, because, I mean, the Tyrells had some ships, but their main fleet was the Greyjoys and the Dornish. And by the looks of it, it looks like that is all gone. How did he know they were going that direction, though? I mean, I'm guessing you see something that big on the open waters, someone's going to find out where you're going, but damn. Oh my god. Alright, let's talk about it real quick. Let me pause this and turn all this off. Like, Theon's really gonna do that, though. That's what's so crazy, is like, after everything that was like built up, he was coming back, he like was there, him and Yara had a talk, and I mean, he was fighting perfectly fine, killing people, explosions going by his face, and then he sees her get captured and he starts looking at dead bodies, and I don't know, maybe it was seeing his sister captured, like that was the only thing that was holding him strong, and seeing her getting captured was too much. I mean, that was pretty disappointing. So like, what happens with him now? All the ships are gone, his sister's captured. Does he drift back to Dragonstone? Does he run into Gendry? Like, that's pretty disappointing how that went. That was crazy. And then, so we saw 2 Sand Snakes died, confirmed. When we saw 2 get captured, it looks like that's going to be the gift. So, are we going to see her get tortured or something like that? I don't know. Probably. I don't see how he would get his hands on Tyrion in time enough to fit it in 7 episodes. Like, he'd have to get there, infiltrate, get him, and bring him all the way back. I don't see that happening, but that's pretty crazy. So, let's start from the top. The Dany and Varys exchange was crazy. I was getting real strong Mad Queen vibes. Like, I understand what she's saying, how she was so pissed that he was selling her secrets and keeping King Robert updated on where her and her brother were going, what they were doing, being sold to the Dothrakis, hiring people to kill her. But if it wasn't for him, you would have no Tyrells and no Dornish. I mean, he helped secure your, like, landing and everything, and you're going to do him dirty like that? I know he did some things, but she let Tyrion hop in there. She let Jorah come back. Like, give the man some slack. Like, he's done a lot for you, and that's pretty crazy how quick she's, like, she's got this, like, bipolar thing. Like, in the same conversation, she can go Mad Queen and then be, like, that original Dany of, like, the early days where she's like, I just want to go home and I'm for the people, and then like she can flip it Mad Queen. Like, it just goes so quick. That's crazy. So we've seen the 2 major players in the game, Littlefinger and Varys, the people that they'll most likely serve, Sansa for Littlefinger, Dany for Varys. They've gotten really like pushed aside. Sansa wants nothing to do with him. And right there, she was on the verge of killing him right there if Tyrion didn't like reel her back in. So that was pretty crazy. Number 2, when Sansa was not hesitant, she just straight up did not want Jon to go at all, even though you know how good Tyrion is. Jon knows Tyrion, but I understand the last time a Targaryen called the Starks in for a meeting or whatever, they were killed, but these are different times. They have dragons. They got numbers. They got armies. I can understand why she's hesitant, but maybe send somebody else or have Tyrion or somebody meet you in the open field, meet halfway, do something, but to completely cut that off, I mean, that's just too many numbers and too much firepower, like literally firepower, to not at least entertain or have a meeting with. Seeing Sam's dad, I remember them hinting at it when I was doing my research while we had a year break. Sam's dad is a great military mind. Like Jamie said, the only person to ever beat Robert Baratheon in battle. Not even a Targaryen could do that, so that was pretty great. To have him on Cersei's side is pretty huge. I could see him betraying. Well, I mean, he was talking about honor and loyalty. If he sides with Jamie and Cersei, I don't see him betraying Jamie and Cersei. But that's, of the little allies they do have, that's a good one to have. So if they've got him, I don't know how big the Tarly army is. What are we looking at number-wise? Are we looking like Lannister, Stark size of like 30, 40, 50,000? Is this a small house? Like, what are we talking here? Somebody's going to have to fill me in on that. And seeing Sam with Jorah, that scene, we've gotten 2 real graphic scenes in 2 episodes with Sam. I don't know what was worse. Seeing him like shovel and clean that shit over and over for like 45 seconds last week, and seeing him peel that off, and how they transitioned that into Aya eating that pot pie or that hot pie was the same way they transitioned Sam like cleaning up shit / like serving soup and cleaning, and you like couldn't tell what was what. That was pretty good editing. I mean, Sam's gonna take it on himself to heal the man, to peel all that off, and I could imagine the pain. Like, imagine peeling off a little scar, like those scars that are like dug down in there deep, like where you're pulling out fibers, and to have that, that looks like it's going to be pretty painful. But it looks like Sam's taking it on himself to do it. If he cures him, do they like banish him? Like, yeah, you cured him, but you're still against us? Or like, wow, Sam, you really made some strides here. Let's like give you another link in your chain. I'm interested to see what happens with that. The Lady Olenna talk to Dany, do you think she's right, halfway right? I agree with Lady Olenna a little bit in a sense, like, you need love. Like, Dany's trying to win the people and the love and all that, but you need a little bit of fear. I feel like 3 dragons is enough for a little bit of fear, though. I don't know if she needs to go in there burning people, but Lady Olenna said she was there longer than anybody else, all the great men that wanted to do these things, and she thinks Dany should be a dragon, not a sheep. I kind of agree, kind of don't. The Grey Worm and Miss Sunday scene, I don't have anything against it, but I feel like it went on for a really, really long time. I didn't have a timer on it, but I feel like that scene went on like longer than it needed to. I mean, you kind of knew the end result. They can't have sex. Grey Worm is incapable of it. I feel like they could have ended it right after he explained when he found out what his weakness was. But I guess they had to get that boob shot in. We had to get the boob shots and the major killing this episode. You got to get it in sometime in Game of Thrones. That was my. I just felt like that scene went on for a really, really long time. And seeing, well, it looks like she came back around. It looked like when Aya was talking to Hot Pie, she was just mentally gone. It's like, this man was your friend. You guys were in captivity together. You escaped together. Last time you saw him, you were friendly. I mean, I realize you're like this top grade assassin now. But you can sit and talk to Lannister soldiers and have a friendly conversation, but like, you can't talk to your man Hot Pie right there. She wasn't even like in the room. She was just so focused on like, I gotta go do my mission, I gotta go do my thing. And I mentioned it when I was reacting to it. How did she not hear about this great battle up north with Jon up there and Sansa? Like, even as she was posing as Walder Frey, you feel like a raven would have came in, some kind of news, some kind of back and forth, or just traveling that she would have heard it. So that's pretty crazy to me. And then while we're on the point of Aya, was that really Nymeria? Do you think that was, I mean, that's a direwolf if I've ever seen one. Do you think that's Nymeria? B, if it is, do you think she's going to come back around and meet up with Aya? Or is that the end? Is it going to be kind of like a Rickon thing where like, we saw you in season 1, you come back 6 seasons later, you're here, all right, now you're back out. Like, are we never going to see that again? That'd be pretty interesting and a lot of waste of like CGI time, but maybe they're not going to bring in Nymeria anymore because they need to use the money on dragons. Who knows? The Peter and Jon exchange, that was, I feel like Peter was waiting for a chance to betray Jon, and that just like elevate it times 10. Ned did the same thing to Baelish when he found out that Catelyn was being held in the brothel in season 1. He tried to choke the shit out of him. Jon did the same thing. I feel like he knows what Littlefinger's game is, but I don't think anybody there, not even Sansa or Jon, knows that Peter was a part of Ned getting captured, assassinated, etc., etc. This is my thing. Does Sansa rule for her and what is right? Or is this where things go? Is this where Jon and Sansa split? Jon's off doing his thing. Sansa she's warden, she's lord, queen of the north, whatever you want to call it. Does she go with Jon's? I mean, what does she really need to delegate? I feel like she shouldn't change anything or need to change anything. Everybody knows what they're doing. They're training people, gathering numbers, sending people to the wall. What would she do? Is she going to execute the Karstark boy and the Umber kid? I don't really see her changing anything or fucking anything up too bad unless Littlefinger like starts making crazy chirps in her ear to really like do something completely off the wall. Because if Jon goes down there and comes back and she's completely messed it up, is there going to be like, I mean, there's already a power struggle. Sansa doesn't have the power, but she's making a comment every single time. And then when Jon finally put her in charge, she calmed down. Because I feel like deep down, that's what she wants. She wants to be in charge. And when she got that, she was like, all right, I'll stop arguing. Jon had this same kind of mutiny thing going when he was going to let the wildlings in. We saw how that turned out. Is it going to be some kind of thing where Jon gets back and half the North has left his cause? Does he get back and when they go to battle, half of them don't show up or they desert? I don't know. That's going to be an interesting back and forth. We've had 2 episodes of Jon and Son going at it in front of everybody. Interested to see how that ends up happening. Want to talk about Arya's sword. I understand she's a master assassin. Having a big, brutish, thick, double-plated sword is probably not going to be the best to carry around, to poke people here, poke people there. But if she gets in like a battle, say she goes north and is going to fight people in combat, she's not going to be sneaking around, she's not going to have a face on, kill you in the shadows. I feel like she needs an actual blade. She needs to get in there with Brienne with the actual blade of some size, because you're not going to deflect anything with that. Not even like a White Walker sickle will break that. I feel like any sword is going to crush hers. So I feel like it's time for a sword upgrade. That's just my 2 cents. And then just talking about the Theon thing is just absolutely crazy. So my kind of main question is, I kind of have 2 main questions, because we finally had some chess pieces moving with Dany sending people off and Jon going. We've already seen Melisandre land and talk. We've seen Greyjoy and Cersei talk. So next we'll see Jon. I want to know what the Davos-Melisandre exchange is going to be. But my 2 major question is, do you think Sansa does anything in the north while Jon's away to undermine him, change things, just fuck something? Do you think she does something that Jon wouldn't do? So when he gets back, shit's going to be like really messed up. It's going to be a big power struggle. Maybe she won't relinquish that. I don't know. I could see some crazy stuff going on there. So that's my question. Do you think Sansa is going to do something that Jon wouldn't do? Do you think they'll address it at all? Like, are they even going to... They have to go in and see that Sansa in power with Littlefinger. And then what happens to Theon now? His sister's captured. Likely, she's probably going to die. I don't see how he gets her back without her dying, period. What does he do now? Is his story over? Does he rally the remaining ships and go save her? Does he drift off and run into Gendry? Does he drift his way back to Dragonstone and go in there like a shaken dog like he usually is, crying to Tyrion, crying to Dany? Like what? That was his moment, and he let it slide. So I'm so dumbfounded. I mean, Theon went through a lot. Mentally, the man was broken, but he came back around. It's been a while, and it's crazy to me. So what do you think Sansa does in Jon's leave of absence? What is the future of Theon? Because that is absolutely ridiculous. The episode, again, was... First week's episode, you can let that go because it's a season debut. The episode was kind of... We didn't really get any chess pieces moving other than a Raven sent here, a Raven sent there, Jorah getting cured. If I had to give it a rank of 1 out of 10, I give it a 7.5 and 8. That ending made up for a lot. That was pretty good. Seeing Jon move, actually making some ground, that was actually good. And let me know what you guys think. That's 2 episodes down already. What do we have, 7 or 8? I think we have 7 this season, 6 next season. I'm not sure. And then which episodes are the ones that are longer than an hour? I don't know the numbers. Like, is it episode 3, 4, 5? Not sure. Let me know what you guys think. 2 episodes down. Next week, episode 3. Not going to look at any spoilers, previews. Like, share, favorite, subscribe. And as always,